Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are watching and listening to me this very hour. My name is Femi Akin Rimisi, and I am reaching you from Yoruba Autonomy Mobile Radio and Television, broadcasting from the great Sunshine State of Florida in the United States. In this monologue, I will be addressing a particular issue, and that issue alone is the case for Yoruba-nation now. And this is how it goes. This is the year that may make or break the British people. This year, 2021, will mark the beginning of a time that is most likely to break or make the British people as they are. In terms of the fact that the history of their past is about to truly haunt and hurt them. The past of the British people, as they are known worldwide, is about to make or break them, haunt and hurt them. The colonial ventures that they embarked on centuries ago gave them the world to be conquered. Yes, the British conquered the world. The time was, there was a time when the sun never set on the British Empire. But now, the sun has set and a new dawn has emerged on the British Empire. And a new noon is emerging. The world that they conquered includes and was not limited to Canada, Asia, America, and Africa, and the rest of the world. However, as those nations that they conquered struggled and attained the age of independence and they become a sovereign entity, so much still left to be done. Let me make this clear. The black on white majority of the world, the browns of the world, the yellows of this world, people of color knows themselves and are forever aware in our history the evils that the British made unto us. They created a monster. Just they go about the places around the world using one weapon or another in terms of gimmicks to convince the illiterate majority of the people that they met to make them think that they have come for their good and not for their goods. Now, the rooster have come home to roost. The British were brutal in the slavery trading. They came, they fought the indigenous people of every land. Indeed, the government of the British governments of the British people must and should be condemned and tried in the international courts of justice, not only in Hague, but all over the continents. The people of humane nature must know the British for what they are. they perpetrate evil. They are evil perpetrators, and evil is about to haunt the British. They are the most and the foremost, utmost antithesis of human freedom and dignity all over the world. They have left a history of sorrows, tears, and blood, including economic strangulations of those that harbored them, accepted them, pay host to them throughout generations of history of the world. And this is not exaggeration. This is one reason why white people are so scared and afraid of people of color. They fear the revenge, the possible revenge, and they fear people avenging themselves. The British cannot afford to experience what they put other people through. They created Nigeria. They know when the monster that they made will become dreadful. They gave Nigeria that they created 100 years to live. They thought that the evil monster will quickly grow up, but it was stymied in what would have been called in medical terms failure to thrive. We, the people of black color especially, are now about to let them know that their monster have come of age to devour them. It will not only consume them, some of their allies in criminality too could suffer. Criminality too could suffer collateral damage in human and economic terms and measures, unless they, the British, hasten to unleash their roaming dogs. Otherwise, there's a big cat out there that until the cat is fed, no one is safe. The big cat out there is Yoruba-nation. When we say Yoruba-nation now, we mean that the British people, through the British Parliament and the British government and their allies worldwide, will move swiftly, irrespective of their power of having the means at the United Nations to override the wills of the people, the power that is called veto. We will have allies, we will have ourselves that are capable of devouring them unless we have Yoruba-nation now. The Yoruba-nation that existed before the British forcefully, by their coercion, joined them to the other tribal nations of Hausa/Fulani and Igbo nations in 1914, now wants out of the amalgamation, and they want out now. Now is when the people of Yoruba-nation wants out of the amalgamation that they created. Because one, the amalgamation had outlived its purpose, has lived the number of years that they gave it, 1 century, and after 1 century and 7 years, we have now said enough is enough. We are no friend, neither are we enemies of the British government, but if they fail to establish Yoruba now by going to unwind, rewind, and or make Nigeria and let the area, the territorial unit known as Yoruba/Fulani/Igbo and Hausa nation come Yoruba-nation, that they met prior to 1914 when they did amalgamation to make what they make, the monster that they created will not only consume them, it will have a bearing of collateral damage on their allies for generations to come. How long this war will be, no one can tell. But it is going to be like the Parsians, dies but never surrenders. We owe no one apology if the British don't unwind and rewind the evil that they did and prevail on the so-called government of Nigeria, which have no language, which has no culture, which have nothing in common. The evil coming out from Nigeria will consume them. We know how they are advising the Igbos, but the Igbos better not make the mistake that the British are for their interests. The British are for British interest only. They are not for American interest. They are for their own British interest only. And that will not fly. We have known how they rigged the elections in Nigeria to favor the Hausa and Fulanis because they know that the Hausas and the Fulanis combined are nothing but cow-towers and dummies. They know that the Yorubas have a history of good self-government. They know that the Yoruba people are smart, smarter than them, the British. But because of divide and conquer and Yoruba's willingness to accommodate, have made the Yoruba people to suffer. But now it is the turn of the British to experience what Yorubas has experienced. What is coming at them will most certainly and probably be worse than what the war has experienced in the hands of religion jihadists, from the hands of hard-line Islamic terrorists. We will not terrify them, but we will avenge ourselves. Whichever way they terminate or they term this is welcome. But what we know is no nuclear weapon will neutralize us unless they are able, willing, and ready to nuclearize the British territorial integrity. Like I said, the Yorubas are like the Parsians. We die but never surrender. The British are better advised to make the way for the immediate separations of Nigeria back into the separate entities that they met when they arrived and as they go along with us in the 17 and 1800 until 1914 amalgamation. This amalgamation that they made is what is now about to engulf the British unless they make haste to ensure that the United Nations provides a peacekeeping force in the geopolitical territory that the world has come to know as Nigeria, so that we could both Igbo and Yoruba be separated from each other and become our respective nations. The nation that was in existence before the British came in 1914 to have amalgamation and separated us from the Hausa Fulani oligarchies and let us have our lands to the extent of where our people extended both in the north and the east part of the territorial integrity known as Nigeria today. There is no more Nigeria. Nigeria has died. Nigeria died its natural death. It runs its natural course. And no power in the world can stop the emergence of the Yoruba-nation. It took the United States Black Hawks down before they realized what is about to be consuming the Americans in the universe. The America did right. They helped the Southern Sudan. They partnered with Southern Sudan. And today, Southern Sudan is a nation of its own. So also are the Yorubas that are currently merged and meshed in a fusion with the Hausas and the Igbos. We want to go. We want our separate ways. Long live peace in the world. May the British do right for emergence of Yoruba-nation now. Thank you. Anyone that sees this video, please share it, distribute it, like it, and subscribe to Yoruba Autonomy mobile radio and television broadcast. Thank you all.